What's up, people? Welcome back to Cricfootz. We are back, and this time very much on time. Um, we are here to discuss the Premier League again. As you know, that the matches are relentless, and now even the Champions League and the Europa League is back. So every club, every football club in England is really busy with all the games coming up. Actually, game week 25 starts tonight, if I'm not wrong. I think
Yes.
Wolves play Leeds at midnight. So yes, we have a lot to cover today. Um, the every team has almost played 25 matches, so it's very much coming towards the end of the season. And to give his valuable and very informative insights, we have Sai back again. Sai, how are you?
Oh, doing great, Shubham. And yes, as you said, the games are coming relentless, and Man City is also winning the games relentless. They cannot be stopped. I don't see them getting stopped. Recently, we had a poll in Instagram as well asking if Man City would be stopped or will they come down in the season. But 90% of them think Manchester City will end up winning the season. So that sums it all. What do you think?
Absolutely. Looking difficult. I think 17 games unbeaten now. They play Arsenal next, might be 18. So yes, we'll go to Manchester City, but before that, let's get on to the fixtures which happened last week. An upset or a crazy result, or what can you call this? Leicester beating Liverpool 3-1. What did you think about this game? Did you think Leicester City will win this? Because it was a cagey game,
I
and
think
at the
I
end,
expected
Liverpool
this.
just. Okay.
I expected this coming. Looking at the form, looking at the way Liverpool have been playing, I somehow sense this coming. And Leicester have been in a terrific form. Let's be honest, and they have been playing some great football. But yes, this was again a funny game. If you remember, the last game Liverpool played was against Manchester City, where there were some comedy errors from the goalkeeper. And yes, Alisson was back at it again in this game as well. Some crazy charge outside his box, and Jamie Vardy, I think, would have scored one of his easiest goals in his career. So, yes, a 3-0 victory for Leicester,
3-1. Yeah.
3-1 victory to Leicester. I think Salah's goal was pretty good.
Beautiful.
That back
Beautiful.
heel from Firmino, especially, was beautiful. But then the last 10 minutes, they just couldn't handle the pressure. I think young centre back was playing as well, and he is new to Premier League. It was tough for him as well, facing the likes of Harvey Barnes, Jamie Vardy, and James Maddison. So yes, a terrific victory for Leicester.
Yeah, I was actually watching the game, and I really did not expect Leicester to win it by 3-1 as the game was going. It was very tight game, and Liverpool. Uh, Credit to Liverpool that they took the lead. I think it was a great goal by Mohamed Salah in a very tight game. I think that goal would have won the game for Liverpool. But
Mhm.
again, Jamie Vardy missing a chance in the first half, hitting the crossbar. And
Yes.
yes, it was a. I think the first goal was poor defending from Liverpool. Uh,
Yes.
that ball just going straight into the goal, no one trying to defend it
Mhm.
in their defensive half. And the second goal, we all know it was a crazy goal. As you said, James Vardy or Jamie Vardy will never get an easy goal, and he's a prolific striker himself. And Harvey Barnes finishing it off. So yes, I think the second goal very much killed the game for Liverpool. They were really looking knackered on the field, and they really had no answers. But I think uh, they overall the press from Leicester City really helped them get the win. And a very weird season for Liverpool continues. Everyone expected them to be at least challenging for the title even this season, with the squad they have got and the signings which they have done in the January transfer window too. But yeah, things really not looking good for Jurgen Klopp.
Absolutely, yes. I think they're sitting At the sixth position right now in the table, West Ham and Chelsea have gone ahead of them after this week's result. And yes, a lot of them will say Van Dijk's injury changed their outlook of the season, but then I also see the midfield connect is no more lasting like the last season. The reason behind it can be various things coming up, but one thing which I am not very much impressed is the way Thiago has been playing so far. See, Thiago is a world-class player. We all know
Yeah.
that the way he was doing his game at Bayern was outstanding, especially in the final of Champions League last year. But then Thiago has found it difficult in Premier League, as most of the players who come from outside England find it. But a player of Thiago's class and experience should be setting and sitting inside the Premier League very soon. He cannot just take so much time to settle in.
Yeah, we can agree or disagree to that point, but we have seen many top class players finding it difficult to adjust to the Premier League. He is a great talent. I think he is regretting coming to England, looking at how Bayern Munich are still winning trophies. But I think he came on pretty early. I think he was not prepared. James Milner's injury put him on. Klopp had to put him on very soon. But overall, yes, the injuries has hampered the Liverpool structure basically defensively, and they have to cope up with it now that every team is in this situation. Every team has a lot of fixtures to play in, and they cannot escape this. So there's a lot of games, and now they are facing Everton again, a tricky game. A derby without the crowd will add a different layer to the game. So it's coming up
Yes.
tomorrow, so we'll have close eyes on it. But Liverpool losing the game to Leicester City, I think we should move on to a team which are very much looking like a champion team, and that is Manchester City, whom we
Oh,
spoke
yes.
about at the intro of this video, and they smashed Tottenham apart 3-0. What did you think about the citizens?
I think it was a typical Pep versus Mourinho game in terms of tactics. Man City dominating the possession and trying to attack at every given time, and Mourinho, as we all know, defending deep with his forward line as well. But I think they were unlucky with Harry Kane's free kick striking the post.
Yeah,
But then some genius play from IK Gundogan, who's unstoppable right now. And when your main man is injured and you're not missing him, that speaks tons about the team and the character which they have been in. When a player like Kevin De Bruyne is out for a long time now, but still Man City are winning games, are able to even hold to their clean sheets, that speaks a lot about the team and how Pep has built his team.
absolutely. Cannot agree more. I think it's all praises for Manchester City now. We also saw after this game, they also played their postponed game due to coronavirus earlier against Everton away from home. And what a performance that was against a strong Everton team. It's no longer the weak Everton which we are seeing here. It's a good team which is doing a good which is doing a good job, I would say. Carlo Ancelotti has somehow. I know they're inconsistent, but I think Carlo Ancelotti has still got a team there which can really go forward this season. I expected them to fight a bit more, but that's where you see the squad depth of the Manchester City team. They lost Gundogan to an injury. De Bruyne was back in this game, but their overall presence on the pitch, and especially Phil Foden, who has been
Mhm.
their gem this season, along with Bernardo Still. The main thing about this team is that whenever someone is down, the others make their presence felt. What a goal from Riyad Mahrez
Oh,
from outside
fantastic.
the box. I think that was totally beating the keeper. Keeper had no chance, I would say. But for the third goal, Bernardo Silva's, I think the keeper should have done well. I think Pickford let that go very easy. But again, this shows the squad depth. The analysis of this is mainly to understand that Manchester City, even without their star players, can get results against top teams in the Premier League. And as you said, no team is looking anywhere close to them. And who is going to stop them? Will it be Arsenal on Sunday? I don't have any hopes, but let's see if they can bring out a monkey out of the hat and a rabbit out of the hat, I would say, and
Mhm.
get a win against a strong City team. Arteta playing against his his teacher, I would say, or guru. So yeah, it will be a tough battle, but really City looking a team to beat with De Bruyne back in, all their players in good form. Aguero is back in now, so
Mhm.
it's gonna be a really tough battle.
Absolutely, yes. I think with them sitting at the top of the table with 10 points in their hand and with good chances of them winning the Capital One Cup as well,
Yeah,
I see them
which is
going
their
for
cup.
those, which is their cup. I see them going for the domestic treble at least, and Pep would surely have his eye on the Champions League as well. So let's see how Man City finish their season. That's the most important part of it. But coming to the team which is more likely to come second this season is my team, Man United, who again had a very disappointing result. I couldn't watch this game because of other commitments, but then when I saw the highlights, some very, very good chances missed, some strange decisions from the referee, a one-all draw to a team which is struggling at the bottom half of the table against West Brom. This is where Manchester United season always end up. You play well against big teams or the mid-level teams, but then you screw up against this lower level teams like Sheffield and West Brom, then you can never ever win Premier League.
I agree. Apologies for the small disturbances in the audio there, but yes, Manchester United. That's a huge call. I think that's a big call considering the form which they are in. I don't think they're going to come second if they keep on playing like this. I think Leicester City are looking far more confident a team than Manchester United presently. And if they play tomorrow, I would pick Leicester City to beat them. So Manchester United, again, a team with a lot of superstars, but somehow they are not able to do it on the field. I think they miss the creative edge. Bruno Fernandes, the team is really dependent on him. You also saw that in the Europa League. I think that match was very much won by him.
Hmm.
So 1-1 against West Brom, absolutely a very poor result. I think if you're trying to be a team which Manchester United are, I think that was a really poor result. And West Brom, we know it's a defensive team. You have to play really well to penetrate through them and get the winning goal. So yes, I think Harry Maguire had a chance to win the game in this game. Was
Yes,
it?
he struck the post in the
He struck
final.
the post. So yeah,
Yes.
I myself could not watch the game, but I was looking at the fan reactions, and I seriously saw people bashing the captain for missing the chance. So yes, Manchester United really need to pull up their socks. Let me quickly see who you guys play next. You play Newcastle
Newcastle.
next. Okay, so that's again you are gonna play against your old
Right.
club player Steve Bruce. He will know a lot about you guys. So yes, it's gonna be tough, but Manchester United really not looking what a team I would
Yes.
expect them to be,
I
especially in
think
the
it has.
league.
Yes, I think it has been a bad February for us so far. Some unwanted draws, some shocking defeats, and it absolutely depends on how we start playing from this point of moment. If there's any chance of getting even close to Manchester City, I don't see them doing that,
Yeah,
but I still think they'll finish second this season ahead of Leicester.
cool. That's really, as I said, that's an interesting call. We would look at the results which will be coming up in the next few games. Now, quickly moving on to my team. Uh, I do not get a chance to speak highly about Arsenal, but this time I would. Arsenal versus Leeds United. What a performance! 4-2 winners, absolutely sweeping Leeds apart. I think the opposition were really clueless about Arsenal's attack. And sometimes when you look at Arsenal play like this, you wonder what are they doing at the bottom half. I mean, not bottom half, at the eighth and ninth positions of the table. So a pleasing performance, I would say. I think Aubameyang finally did what he's expected to do. First hat trick for Arsenal
Mhm.
surprises me a bit, but
Yes.
uh, a pure captain's performance.
Absolutely. I think this was a great example of two teams with great attacking qualities but zero defense. You
Yeah,
see, I was expecting some of this kind of a result with this game. Leeds and Arsenal known for their attacking talents and game, but we all know how vulnerable they are when it comes to defense. And a 4-2 was, I think, a fair result in the end. Leeds did have some good moments in the game, but then Arsenal, especially Aubameyang, was fantastic on the day. I think good goal by Bellerin as well, but
yeah.
a deserving victory and a very much needed victory going into the season, as you have two very tough games coming up, and with the form and mindset you have got and any chance of you qualifying the Europa League, it was a very much required victory for you guys.
Absolutely. I think Aubameyang's first goal was what we know him for, cutting from the left, beating the
Mm-hmm.
defenders, and slotting it out in the near post rather than the outer post. I think that really took the Leeds goalkeeper by surprise. And
Yes.
uh, I would also say that the way he took the goals really brings in a lot of confidence for Arsenal fans. Leeds United were really strong in the second half. I think
Yes.
they did not give up, and they are a team which doesn't lose hope at all. And they scored two goals. That was the consolation for them. But I
Mhm.
think if Arsenal were just 2-0 up or something, I think it would have been a really tough game. I think four goals really put them at a very comfortable position. And obviously, the home confidence, playing at home brings in a different confidence. We know that in the corresponding fixture, Leeds were all over us. But I think this
Yes.
time, Arsenal did take a revenge, and that was a comfortable victory and a very important victory for Arteta, who was
Mm-hmm.
under a lot of pressure. I think it's been a really inconsistent season for him. Many doubters, many haters in the Arsenal fan camp. But yeah, this was a very important result. And if he can get a result against City, I think he will win the fans back over. So it's going to be a very interesting game on Sunday. Let's see what happens.
Getting a result against City is a big task, as you know. But I
Yeah.
think you have done it in the last season. You got a victory against Man City and also in the FA Cup semi-final, if I'm not wrong, last season. So it is possible. We all know that. Arteta knows the team as well, knows very well about Man City's and Pep Guardiola's tactics. So it will be a really interesting game, as you said. But moving on to the other club in the London, new manager has started with a great sign. You see Tuchel winning again a 2-0 victory against Newcastle, and finally Timo Werner scoring a goal.
Yes, I think that has been a long wait, scrappy goal, but a long wait for all Chelsea fans. Yes, I would say that Thomas Tuchel has made a terrific start in his new job. The best part about him is that he's taking things in a very calm manner. I think he looks really, he knows his plans. Looks like a manager who knows what he wants to do with the team. And Timo Werner, again, a talented striker, just that he was not able to score as many as we would have thought or we would have liked. But yes, a comfortable win against Newcastle. Really a routine result for Chelsea now that they are winning these games and they are back into the top four. All fans will really hope that this keeps on going. I cannot comment on them playing absolutely fantastic football. I think they have not taken the Premier League by storm yet, but
Mhm.
it's still work in progress. It's a new team with new superstars, I would say. So he will take time, and a tricky match against Southampton coming up
Yes.
in the next week. So let's see how he goes and how long will this winning run keep going on, because we all know that the many managers go on these winning runs, and once they hit a roadblock, they again fall
Yes.
down. So
Yes.
that's what happened with Lampard.
Hmm.
Everyone said he's the best manager of Chelsea ever had and all that, but now he's sacked. So it's going to be very interesting. Let's see how they fare against Southampton. I have to watch a couple of Chelsea games to really
Yes.
understand what the new manager has brought into the club. So uh, I will try to catch up this game and see what they are up to.
Yes, I think one of the very important game plays which he has enabled in this team is the defensive solidity. Right now, I think they
Yeah,
look a lot more composed on in the defense, uh, unlike the earlier gameplay with the earlier manager. But then, yes, he has also started using his players well. Good squad rotation, which I was seeing the other day. So I think there's more confidence in the team right now. And as you said, a very tricky game against Southampton and against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. So
yeah,
it'll be really interesting to see what they do up there.
agreed. I think that was very much the top few sides which we have in the Premier League, if we have not missed any. Looking at a couple of results more, I think it was a welcome win for Fulham finally
Yes.
against Everton. A clean sheet, 2-0 win, a great day at Craven Cottage. I think Everton really could not take the pressure because Fulham was absolutely on them and they didn't have any answers to what they possessed. And what a debut for Josh Maja, who has come from Bordeaux on a loan. So that was a great performance. And also, we have seen David Moyes doing a very good
Yes.
job at West Ham this year. So they were comfortable winners against Sheffield United, 3
Hmm.
0. Um, and
Taking them
another,
above Liverpool as well on the fifth
actually,
position.
exactly. So that shows how crazy this season has been. West Ham going over Liverpool has been a rare sight for all Premier League fans for a long, long time. I think West Ham have been really lacking the tenacity of being at the top of the Premier League. They are mostly battling for relegation and in the bottom half of the table. Another result, if you had your eyes on, was Brighton versus Aston Villa. I think that was a great performance by Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
Brighton were all over Aston Villa, but he kept the villains in the game. It was a nil-nil draw. So yes, overall, looking at the table, as you said, there's no matching with Manchester City. They are just flying. Hopefully, some team catches up with them, but really, we do not feel any team can catch them. But if I put you on a spot, which four teams do you think will qualify for the Champions League at the end of the season?
City, United, Leicester, and Chelsea.
Okay, so you're very much going with the top four, which
Yes.
presently we see on the table. Okay, so if I have to predict, I think it will be City, United, Leicester, and Liverpool. I think Liverpool will come back. Chelsea will drop back again. I think they will be caught out in the next games, and they will be under pressure because once they drop points, I think it's a bold decision or bold judgment which I'm making. But I think once you face defeat, it's really difficult to come back in the Premier League. Then
Yes.
play a draw, and then you have to push yourself really hard to get that win again. So that's the
Yes.
beauty of the Premier League. That's why we love it. And
Do
I
you see
think
Arsenal?
Liverpool.
Do you see Arsenal getting into the Europa League next season?
Yeah, I think we will take the sixth position. That's me being very optimistic. Looking at the present form, I don't feel Arsenal deserve to be in the Europa League positions. But me being optimistic, I think they will take the sixth position, and the fifth position will be taken by Chelsea.
Chelsea. So West Ham
So
is someone you are trying to say
West
will slip down.
Yes, West Ham, Tottenham. I don't see them in the top six.
Huge
But
call.
yeah, that me being very optimistic. We do not deserve by the way we are playing because we have been very inconsistent. Let's be very honest. You cannot be losing games, drawing games against the bottom half teams and expect to be in the top six and top five, which is being become very competitive now. We are seeing now teams like West Ham, the Evertons, the Aston Villas, they have invested and they've got some good players to make it more difficult. So in the coming years, I think it will be top eight, top 10 in the Premier League rather than top four. It was top four, now it is top six. Maybe it will top eight and top 10 in the coming few years. But it is good for the
Absolutely.
game. I think it's making the Premier League really competitive. We don't know who is going to win tomorrow. Every team is looking strong. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that's that's what we have seen in the last week of football.
Yes, that basically sums up the previous week. The 20 game week 25 is about to begin in, I think, an hour or so from now. So
Yeah,
it'll be a very interesting week, considering there are two very big games coming up: Arsenal versus Manchester City and the Merseyside derby. So all eyes on these two games. Thank you for all the likes and shares and all the love. And would want to personally thank for all the responses you're giving us on Instagram, for all the polls and quiz. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are loving it. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and enjoy all the games.